We are starting our day 11, checking on the beef that I started cooking the previous night. Now, what I'm doing is just waiting for the beef to cook, obviously, because I need food. Without food, you die, and if you die on hardcore, then that's it. But we're not playing hardcore now, are we? No, I didn't think so. So, I don't know why I mentioned hardcore. That was a stupid idea. Oh well. After waiting for the food to be done, I immediately gathered stuff so I could make myself a crafting table and go look for a new cave. I decided this time we should go around the mountain because I've only ever stayed on this side of the mountain. I have no idea what lies on the other side, and so I wanted to find out. So as you can see through the laggy footage, I am so sorry about that, by the way. I have no idea why it ran like garbage, but I found a cave right here. But it was more like a little crevice, like a little crack in the mountain. Because it didn't really go too deep, and even then, it was wet. And I don't want a submerged cave, because I don't want to die and drown. So, I immediately said, screw it, and I went back up, trying to parkour my way out. And I didn't even find a single bit of iron that wasn't in the submerged cave. However, I did find a little bit more of an area on the other side of the opening, and I went in just because I was curious to see if it was also submerged. And as I went deeper, I was like, no way, but yeah, it was. So I ended up turning back around because I ain't having none of that, nothing to do with any submerged cave because I don't want to die. And I don't have respiration because I don't have villagers until, looking forward to my notes, I believe I said something to that effect earlier, but villagers were not a thing that existed in my world until, let's see here. Day 72 was my day that I got my villagers, which is a long time. So until I get my villagers, I have to stick to the surface caves, or I gotta stick to caves that aren't underwater. And I mean, this one wasn't all that bad, because at least I got some coal out of it, and I always need coal to smelt. Just remember, every time you're playing Minecraft, you need coal to smelt. Otherwise, you are stuck out in the cold. And after that terrible joke, I want to bring your attention to this beautiful little formation. It was just a circle in like sort of a lagoon type deal where it's connected to the ocean or gets water from the ocean but is its own little kind of isolated feeling type thing. And I thought about building there, but at the same time, I've already got my house and I don't really need to move house. I have my house in the swamp and that will do me just fine. But I'm just upset about the lack of caves that are not submerged in the world. And after spending a considerable amount of time exploring on the other side of the mountain, I end up just going back home because I did not, in fact, find a good cave with good iron. So that's disappointing. However, I am just glad to be home safe and sound, not dead, having to go back and get my stuff, because I don't want to have to do that. So, all's well that ends well, right? Kinda? Not really. So, with today being a disappointment, I decided I was going to clear out a little section next to my house for a new building. I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet, so you'll have to wait and see. However, I did know that I needed a new building for something that is kinda useful, but also at the same time can be done with an auto smelter. And I just gave away a hint to what it could be, but I'm not telling you exactly what it is. It's not going to be a furnace room, so ha 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 ha. I'm trying to pull a sneaky on you. But that being said, I needed iron to make a shovel, so I could dig out this area over here, so I could actually build my new structure. And I was doing pretty good on the building. I got some of the support pillars up. However, I did hear zombies, so I immediately ran to bed because I did not want to die on day 11. I don't think I die for a couple more days, but I do know that I die soon-ish, but I couldn't sleep yet because it wasn't time, which means there's something under me that I could possibly explore, but I don't go that far until a few days later. But that being said, I just had to wait until I could sleep and then end the day, because this will start the mark of day 12.